Welcome back to Billy Goat Tales, where we master the words that weave success in life and in cryptocurrency and the threads of true connection. I'm Rich Smothers, and today in our Motivational Mindset Series, we're tuning our ears to Alison Wood Brooks' insightful new book, Talk: The Science of Communication and the Art of Being Ourselves. Now, in an age of endless pings and polished posts, real talk, the kind that really builds bridges, it feels rarer than a confirmed block on the blockchain, right? But Brooks, a Harvard whiz who's mined the gold from speed dates to boardrooms, even awkward hellos, hands us the map in this book: science-backed strategies to speak your truth. Listen like you mean it, and turn conversations into cornerstones of growth. If you ever fumbled a pitch or longed for deeper ties, let's glean the gems that make dialogue your greatest asset by jumping into this book. So let's start here. Let's start with the foundation. Conversation isn't a script, it's a dance. And Brooks shows how the best partners lead with authenticity over armor. Drawing from lab chats and life labs alike, remember, she's a Harvard person. She busts the myth that small talk's a real chore. In other words, she busts that myth. It's really the seedbed for everything real: small talk. Think of the first meetup that you had in crypto. If you haven't, I can't wait till you do have one, but you're probably going to have one. But they're awkward. There was awkward pauses. They're pauses though, right? They're not pitfalls. They're like portals. They're going to take you to the next level, next place, the next step. In her book, her research reveals that openers, like what excites you the most about this space, sparks some type of quid pro quo, reciprocity. That little question right there, what excites you most about this space? Pulling stories from strangers like water from stone. It's emotional intelligence in motion, guys. Honoring the rarity of the genuine exchange between two human beings. In the persistence of building, be it networks or nest, it doesn't matter. This takeaway, it whispers, lean in as you are. Who you are, yourself. Drop the facade. Vulnerability invites the exact same. Be vulnerable. I've seen it in some trades. I've seen it in real life. I've seen this on TV shows, on talk shows, on YouTube, where one honest person shares one honest thing, and it compounds into lasting alliances. Ask yourself before your next exchange with anyone, what truth can I offer freely? The habit turns talk into real treasures. But the art of asking, that's might be what you're thinking about. The art of asking. Well, that's where the book shines really brightly. You don't approach it like an interrogator's grill, but more like a curator's curiosity. Questions that uncover layers, not just simple facts. From the author's speed dating dissections that are in the book, we learn the magic of follow-ups, the why that follows the what, turning surface skim to soul deep diving. It's really awesome. Picture negotiating a deal gone sideways. Instead of fending your probe. What matters most to you here? That's what you have to ask yourself. What matters most to you here? Suddenly, opposition softens. Common ground emerges like dawn after doubt. It's love in a linguistic form, seeking the good, even in fiction, backed by studies showing such queries boost bonds faster than any charm could ever do. For us navigators, and that's what we are trying to do, is learn all these tricks and tips, navigate these conversations. For us navigators of any type of volatile vibes, this is pure gold, guys. You got to practice in the mirror, then in the marketplace. Emotional intelligence, it grows in the practicing. Reading the unspoken, responding with grace that honors the whole person, caring, truly caring about who you're engaged with and what they're doing. Asking authentic questions. Questions, they're just not tools, guys. They're tributes. Fostering community, one revelation at a time. Now, tackle the tough talk. How do we do it? Those crucibles where words weigh like ledgers in the red. Brooks, the author, doesn't dodge the heat. She arms you with the science of delivery. Tone over terror, empathy as your edge. Her data from conflict labs, well, calm cadence. And the I statements diffuse more than attacks ever ignite. Think, I'm feeling the strain here versus you're wrong. You hear that? Just those difference in words. I'm feeling the strain here versus saying you're wrong. It's the persistence of patience, choosing understanding over being upset, even when stakes scream for swift strikes, right? Having patience. In family firesides or in forum flare-ups, this transforms tension into teachable turns. She shares tales of executives who, mid-meltdown, pause for the other's view, emerging not just unscathed, but stronger. Scars shared as shared wisdom grows. What do I mean by that? When you share scars with people, there's a connection that's built and wisdom grows. And here's the heart. Tough talk tests your core, but handle it with honor and it heals. Build the habit, rehearse the response, breathe before the blast, and watch rifts mend into richer roads. True wealth, it's in the relationships that weather words, not wilt them, right? We don't want the relationships. And that's why we say words matter at Billy Goat Tales. Words do matter. But listening is key. So don't sleep on the power of pause. That sacred silence that Brooks, she champions it as conversations. That piece, that pause piece, that dead silence that gives you a moment to think, that has to be used. You have to start using that. In our rush to respond, which that's the culture we're in today, a rush to respond and be first, where like tweets outpace thoughts, she proves a beat to breathe invites depth, letting ideas land like seeds in soil. Neural nuggets. That's what she called them, neural nuggets. Well, what do? Well, they pause. They allow you to pause. Pauses prime the brain for insight, cutting crossroads and sparking synergy. It happens. Imagine a brainstorming session just stalling out. Let the stall happen. Let it happen. And gems begin to surface, unforced. It's faith in the flow, trusting the larger rhythm at play, where less said sows more growth. For introverts charting crypto, let's just say, or anyone really guarding their energy, so to speak, this is total liberation. Permission to ponder, not perform. Emotional intelligence is here. It's working. It attunes right here, sensing when to speak and when to sit still. And it ripples out, turning solo silences into collective clarity. Brooks urges in the book, count to 3 in that little lull, in that silence. Count to 3. 1, 2, 3. That discipline, it honors the rarity of real reflection, stacking habits that elevate every single exchange. And the joy in joyful talk. She talks about it. Brooks lights this up like festival lights on a summer eve, man. Laughter is not luxury. It's lubrication. Her studies show syncing brains via the mirror neurons. Got to go into the deep science on this. They forge faster friendships from fleeting faces. What do I mean by that? Well, when the brain syncs, when you're able to have a true exchange of conversation, where you're truly listening to the other person and they're speaking to you and you're listening before you're thinking about what to say to them, something magical happens. So, and when you share any type of self-depreciating idea whatsoever with someone else, it triggers them to listen. It makes them understand you're real, you're being honest. It's action wrapped in warmth, the love that lightens loads, building resilience against isolation's chill. That's what it does. In communities craving connection, online or off, this takeaway calls infuse fun, find the funny in the fray. That's what it says. Find the funny in the fray. And on our team at Billy Goat Tales, Tex-Mex Biomix does this really, really well. And so does Dave Digital. They can find the funny in the fray. And what does that do? It builds connection. It builds community. It builds friendship. Everyday folks turning icebreakers into ice melters, one chuckle at a time. But you got to practice it. In meetings with it. Start chats with it. That's what you have to do. And finally, I will say this. If you find this kind of stuff interesting, please smash the like button, subscribe. I can't wait to talk to you next time on Billy Goat Tales.